Test, test, test. Test, test, test. Test, test, test. Test, test, test. I wish there was a way for me to just do chat, but that's okay. All right. Okay. Alrighty. Let's get into this demo. Whew. Boy, it is not even fair how pretty this looks compared to the Switch version. Oh, there she is. If you can send me one more comment saying that you could hear me, that would be super appreciated. Because I'm really doubting anyone else is going to come to this, because I did not plan for this at all. 2 people watching. Must be my birthday. Alright, let us... graphics or gameplay? Loud and clear. Thank you very much. We'll mess around with it once we get into it. It's a little... Well, actually... Let's see, yeah. Let's do default. It should be on graphics, so this should be for frame rates. Oh, cool. Nice to hear that you guys are liking the demo. Okay, let us begin the game. And if you've been playing the Switch version all day, you will already be able to tell this looks amazingly better. And not like as a detriment to the Switch version, this one is just running at twice the frames and looks way, way, way more clear. So, this is like my 4th playthrough of the demo, so please feel free to ask any questions or just leave any comments. This is more of a excuse for me to get footage. Alright, Maddie, well, you have a good night. Enjoy the wait for SMT5. I'll be there with you. Wow, yeah, there's a lot of little effects that the Switch one does not have. Woo! So this segment of the game can basically be beaten in like 30 seconds or so, but to my knowledge there is no time limit, so we're just going to use this to dick around for a second. Alright, so we can't access them options yet for quite a while, but I did want to check out this area because this is pretty much the most enemies you're going to get in the whole demo. So, for anyone here who doesn't know, Persona 5 Scramble basically is Dynasty Warriors meets Persona in gameplay. It's not like your traditional Warriors game where you are playing and it's basically a Dynasty Warriors game with a different coat of paint. This one is a lot more RPG, which is most prevalent in... Oh, hold on. Don't want to die. Come on, guys. Here we go. So yeah, we have straight up all of your skills from a regular Persona game. Including your buffs, physicals, and your attacks. So you have your light attacks on square, heavy attacks on triangle, dash with R2, L2 is your Phantom Thief Vision, L1 get your gun. Bullets do reload though, so not the end of the world. Important to note that unless you use an item, SP does not recover, and the only way to recover HP is with spells or items as well. There are a couple other things you can do in the game, but I need to unlock them still in the tutorial, but figured it'd be fun to kind of show off some combos real quick. Alright. Also, this game features a lot of new songs and a lot of remixes from the base game. I still can't get over how much better this looks than the Switch version. The Switch version actually reminds me a lot of the base Persona 5 game in terms of its graphics and presentation, but this one straight up is like the best asset quality we've ever seen Persona in. Alright, let's get out of tutorial land. Oh, interesting. In this segment, it actually does not recover your bullets again. Alright, we'll do the rest of our magic and then move on. So you still got your debuffs. And... also important to note, it does tell you when certain enemies are weak, like Pixie. And you will see in the top right, you can actually see the whole chart of what you're weak and strong against. Alright, so let's go find a big horde and finish off this section. What an awesome opening.
Next, この1ヶ月で発生した類似事件の報告です。次に札幌中央、次有名小説家の S 氏、突然の断筆会見を開き、続いて民放の看板キャスター、そして最後何かいえ、すみません。これらの多くは一部を除いて単なる珍事件としていずれの事件も
Figured to give you guys a chance to listen to what the new Japanese characters sound like. I still can't get over enough how just great of a job Omega Force did at really making this feel like a Persona game while playing completely different to the base RPG. I think honestly this shot right here is one of the more jarring ones in terms of it doesn't really have that feel of like the subway from Persona 5 in the sense of like usually when you kind of see the subway it's a lot of just like super crowded, but not all subways and stuff in Japan are like that. A lot less of the textureless faces and stuff you saw like that. So we're gonna skip through all this because this is straight up just like the opening of the game. So, the Awesome 170, the Switch version is basically the exact same demo. Two important things I've not seen any preview coverage on really talk about is that the game looks dramatically different in handheld mode compared to docked. You can tell how much I play my Switch when I forget what it's called. Alright, so you have your little section here pretty much out of the base game. Here's sort of those like textureless faces I was talking about on the train. This is a weird one that like I kind of hope this is optional to turn off. There is always this check mark just kind of telling you where to go at all times. I get it, like it's an action game, there's a lot less kind of needing to meander around. So I'm gonna do a little bit of like texture looking because even like the really low poly like food stand items here, just like little bits and like pieces like that just make quite the difference. Alright, so we're not going to the batting cages. You have our little handy-dandy notebook. Still can't access the menu. And that will be for quite a while. Ooh, come on. There we go. Yeah, you cannot go into the laundromat, but you can at least kind of check out the vending machine. You might as well buy this. Money has absolutely no point in this whole game. At least in the demo, there's absolutely no point in keeping your money. Yes, the colors really pop. Also, all of the cutscenes cannot be skipped. You can only fast forward through the end-game cutscenes, so unfortunate in the sense of I kind of want to speed this along because this is a really text-heavy opening. So, unless I'm mistaken, Studio 4C should still be doing all the animated cutscenes, and it is incredible to believe that there was more time and effort put into the cutscenes for Persona 5 Strikers / Scramble than Catherine Full Body, which also had new cutscenes by them last year. It's really weird by comparison. Wow, I like just realized, so what they're eating is like chips they opened up. On the Switch, I could not tell what that, like, I thought it was like a dish, like a really awkwardly large dish. Wow, that's so funny. Yeah, so you can obviously tell the models are different. They're not like the ones from the vanilla game or the same models used in Dancing in Starlight. I think a really easy way to kind of tell with that is like Ryuji's hair looks a lot more different. Trying to think of any other things that really kind of stand out. They just look different. They don't look worse or anything like that. A lot of the characters have pretty flat hair, but because Ryuji's hair is blonde and has so many spikes, it's just harder for it to not kind of stand out as much. Especially because the outlines aren't really as dark on his character. It's also just really weird seeing Persona like playing in 60 frames. It was weird seeing it in dancing, but at least with dancing it was kind of like, okay, well they're dancing, whereas this one really just feels like you're playing Persona 5 again. Well, not even again, you're just playing the sequel to Persona 5. Alright, here we go, this is gonna be fun. You know what, it don't matter, we're just gonna call myself, Ha, ha, ha. Hey, here we go. Let us do this just for kicks. Let's plop it back and see if we can really tell much of a difference at all between presentation mode and frame rate mode. Alright, and get your room. Pretty standard stuff. Not a lot really to interact with though besides a couple of objects. Nah, indeed. Let me go to bed. Gotta have the bed moment.
このベッドの感触懐かしいぜ。お久しぶりですね。ようこそベルベットルームへ。おはよう。
おう。おう。
Let's make more pointless vending machine purchases. Still sold out. Don't know why I thought that'd be different. Let's sell the other vending machine, because our life has no meaning. I don't know if this is just because it's detecting in the settings, but it is funny how I can confirm with X in this, as opposed to most imports. Oh, now we can go in. I wonder if I was just doing something wrong before. Oh wow, okay, I actually did blow all my money. Good for me. I have zero need for it. So, in case you have not noticed or have not played the Switch version, the load times are considerably longer. These, like, load times are at least, like, each new area, like, there's a couple of, like, shorter loads for sure, but, like, most new areas you go to are sometimes 30 to 60 seconds. It's really funny. This is actually probably the busiest the game gets in terms of NPCs, is this little crossing area before you really get into your main mission. And you're here for such a short amount of time. Okay, this is really weird, but this is an honest-to-goodness question I'm just now noticing. Is that their mouths? It, like, look at his mouth. Like, look at anyone else's mouth, and it being, like, kind of down and frowning looks normal. This smiling is creepy. Oh my god. This is some, like, nightmare film right now. I did not notice that before. Also, oh god, look, there's more of them! Wow, okay. A lot of selfie stick models going on today, guys. Alright, so we have our first new character. Oh, like, first main villainish character. It wouldn't be a Persona game without an idol character somewhere. Although I don't really know if it's fair to, like, call her like an idol. She's kind of like an Alice in Wonderland maid cafe idol, almost. It's really weird.
私がプロデュースしたブランドショップがオープンだよ。誰でも一度は別の自分になってみたいって思う時があるよね。ここはその願いを叶えられる不思議の国。
なんか今変なってお前その格好。
お前もだ。見てみろよ。
わマジか。
どうやらここは異世界ってことになるな。
おいおい冗談だろ。
あいつらさっき705にいたやつらか。ねえみんな、私のこと好き？それならみんなの願い私にちょうだい。
どうなってんだよ。
考えてる暇はないようだぜ。突破するぞジョーカー、スカル。
やりゃいいんだろ。やりゃ相手になってやるよ。
Alright, time for a awesome remix.
油断するなよお前ら。久しぶりの戦。まずは体を慣らしながら勘を取り戻していくんだ。
誰に言ってんだ。
Alright, so now we have new party members. Unfortunately, we can't swap them around, at least not in this demo, but all of the characters who are your party members will be playable.
お前の力。
来い。
Also important to note, you can individually target with this little blue cursor. And then afterwards, if you get a prompt, you can basically do a mini all-out attack.
増援か。このままだと消耗が激しいな。環境を利用して戦おう。何か使えそう。
So another element that is very Persona 5 but very much so not a Dynasty Warriors one are these environmental attacks. And just freebie overkill. Oh no, we don't have enough SP. Yeah, I really can't get over, like, just how much more this game pops playing on PlayStation. Like, obviously, having this as a portable experience, but considering this game is completely single player and gonna be very, very story heavy, I am gonna have a really hard time recommending the Switch one outside of people who only have the Switch, prefer the Switch over PS4 somehow, and just like collectors. You never see. Oh no! Our greatest weakness! A tiny net! That net just is not sold at all, but I find it so laughably funny that a net and a baton is all it takes for them to lose that I let it slide. Yeah, the presentation even in the in-game cutscenes are fantastic. Another bit of interesting note, if you look at the back of the enemies here, the police officer outfit wearing people, they say security. If you play this on Switch, that basically looks like someone wrote security in, like, Japanese characters to look like English. It's so pixelated and scrunched together, it's borderline unreadable. And so now we have our pivotal choice of Say Nothing or Hurt Me Daddy. We will do Hurt Me Daddy. Thank you, sir.
Joker! 君ジョーカーって言うんだ。ダメじゃないジョーカー。ジョーの質問にはちゃんと答えないと。
やめろてめえ。
ギャーギャーうるさいな。君も痛めつけられたいの？
ああ、そうか。やってみろよ。
Weird little note that I know is such a tiny little thing and doesn't actually matter, but I just now noticed that the rope holding their hands is gone.
Bye bye.
I have too much time on my hands. Trash compactor? Trash compactor. So thankfully we are done with the story heavy part of the game. Now we are in the big boy part. Persona 5 New Hope. I was getting more of a Force Awakens vibe with the trash again, but yeah, that's more accurate. So now we'll do our obligatory menu transition. Just cute little, like, things that they do in this I cannot ever get enough of.
Yeah.
So if you look, it shows them all moving even on the other side. Oh, interesting. I didn't actually even notice that for... So he shoots for sword, then he just shoots for everything. So the demo, I would say, if you are reading and watching all of the story, probably takes about maybe 2 hours. If you're skipping through it, we should be done with this in less than an hour. Like, we're basically now all in gameplay mode for the next probably 15 to 20 minutes. So once this area is done, the demo basically ends, and that's about it. So it's very story heavy in the beginning, and then the rest of this is like a first floor of a dungeon. Alright, let us begin the game. Also, as someone who's been playing a ungodly amount of Tokyo Mirage Sessions Encore, the fact that this has a dash button in it, and that does not really breaks my mind. That is like such a tiny quality of life thing that I cannot believe they did not add.
とにかくよ、まずは出口見つけようぜ。こいつらどっから湧き上がった。
ここでやられるわけにはいかねえ。やるぞお前ら。
なんとか切り抜けたな。
オーケー、よろしくな、ジョーカー。それと猫と骸骨。
誰が骸骨だこら。
骸骨ってかただのヤンキーだけどな。てか我が輩この姿は猫じゃねえし。
お前まで乗るんじゃねえよ。俺はスカルだ、覚えとけよ。
我が輩はモナだ。なんで怒ってんだ？よし、慎重に行くぞ。ソフィアが巻き込まれると厄介だ。なるべく敵に見つからないようにな。
Okay. Let us get on with the bad boy.
待って、敵だ。
くっそ、まだ嫌がるな。
今はソフィアがいる。戦闘は避けたいところだが。あいつが邪魔なのか？
まあな、ここ通らねえと進めねえし。
オーケー、私に任せろ。
おい待てって。
なんだ貴様ら、侵入者か。
怪盗団参上だ。
マジかよ。
お前たち。
とにかく我が輩たちも戦うぞ。
うまい。食らえ。いただいていく。
よし。
なん
あ、
I guess I can actually go back and show this off real quick. So these are just like little
気にな
treasures.
るものがねえか。
気になった場所は調べてみようぜ。何か使えるものがあるかもしれん。おお、宝箱だ。開けるぞ。敵シャドウ出現だ。数が多い、気をつけろ。敵ダウン。いいぞ。銃もうまく使っていけよ。
チャンスやってやろうぜ。
チャンスだ。
どうだ、新技だぜ。敵もスキルを使ってくるぞ。うまく避けてくれ、ジョーカー。
奪え嫌えヘリソラはっ来いいただいていくせいガルゲ
ジョーカー、そのあたりジャンプすれば届きそうじゃないか。待て、敵だ。気づかれてはいないようだな。
Alright, so one of the cool other little things they added into the game is your environmental stuff can also be worked into sneaking, whether it be in and out of battle. So when you get to scaffolding like this, you can warp over to it, drop it on them, get an easy all-out attack.
残りの敵も片付けんぞ。
あれだな。新しい技を覚えたぞ。よし、勝ったな。
まだ油断。
I gotta say though, assuming all the dungeons kind of play out like this, it is really nice to just kind of have the speed of like going like quick like this, especially if the dungeons end up kind of getting bigger. Okay, let's wrap this demo up. Some of us actually have to work tomorrow.
シャドウの気配なし。よし、いけるぞ。
見つけたぞヘルスラー奪え一掃するカルゲカルゲ走るカルゲ行くぞカルゲ来いせいおう走るはっせやはっせいやはっせいそこかせいせい終わりだ
おお、ペルソナを手に入れた。
Alright, so when you get a mask, you can then summon a persona. And it's really easy. All you gotta do is hold R1, swap out, and you can even do it in the middle of battle. You can obviously now heal yourself. We have access to Zeo really quick. And if you notice on the bottom left of the screen, the persona has also changed there as well.
敵か。ジョーカー、さっきのペルソナの力。
ペルソナいただいていく。今だ。ペルソナ。
今はあのでかいシャドウを集中して狙った方が良さそうだな。
もらった。いただいていく。
Alright, so now once their shields broke, you get a full all-out attack. Alright, so we got our first Master Art. Alright, so basically double triangle, we get new moves for it. Nice. Oh, cool. We now have Jack Frost. I wish. No, we have Pyro Jack. And in the least exciting way possible, because I spammed way too much magic, we just shoot him to death. Alright. With that, we should be at the end of the demo. So I'm going to sign off on this, but if you guys have any last questions or comments for me, now would be the time to post them.
よし、やっと外に出れたな。
And then, of course, right as everyone is about to leave, the game decides you've played enough. BJ, the upload date for the podcast will probably be this weekend. Trying to decide if I want to stick to Sundays like before. That's what I've done the last couple of weeks. Main goal has just kind of been to have at least a episode out every week. So don't have a super hard date. So the Awesome 70, this is a really good question because this is really weird. The game has been finished development-wise in Japan since 2019, like late 2019. It comes out in less than 2 weeks, or just about 2 weeks. It comes out on February 20th, 2020 in Japan. The weird thing is this has not even been announced. But there's no way that this game is not already being localized. Like, you can basically take that to the bank. Like, this game is being localized, and if anything, is the voice acting is probably either being done right now or is already all done. I would say a smart release date for this would be July, like in the middle of summer. What will probably happen, unfortunately, is this is going to release in September and kind of get swept up with a lot of other releases similar to Catherine. I hope I'm wrong. I hope the release date is pretty not swamped like Royal's release date still kind of is. But yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I apologize for all of the silence. This was mainly just me kind of hanging out. So have a good one, and also thank you, Atlas, for not blocking the entirety of this game to be streamed, because I am too cheap to not stream on my PS4. And thank you, Omega Force, for making a great game.